that Howard County has created a climate that makes academic rigor and achievement, it puts it above the development of happy students, because students are constantly stretching themselves too thin, all in a sense to be deemed smarter than their peers and to appeal to colleges overall. And there's so much pressure on these students to be the best. And you need to ask them, what exactly is the best? How do you define the best? And why is it important to be the best? Because kids think that you have to take the hardest classes, do all of this stuff, and you don't really have to do that to achieve what you want to. And not a lot of kids know that. They're constantly comparing themselves to their peers, and this competitiveness is not good for their overall self-esteem, so it's just creating a very stressful environment overall.
We're expected to do so much, and that when we can't meet that, when we can't get the A in the class, when we can't score a goal, it's just, we feel like we're a disappointment, and I think that these high expectations are ultimately the roots, because if we don't meet them, we feel we are failures, and I think that's really worrisome.
Over-testing, in my view, is the biggest issue of our school system as of right now. The environment in schools have changed. Students have become data points, upward-sloping graphs. We're treated as part of a collective rather than individuals.
When life is hard at school, then life is just hard in general. We all are so stressed that we want to be able to do something outside of school. And all people handle stress differently. I can handle 5 AP classes. It's okay. I mean, I still sleep at 4 a.m. some nights. But other kids, they might start crying because there's a test upcoming. Each person is different, and I think that this individuality needs to be catered to.
I knew everyone around me was stressed. My friends were stressed with whatever was going on in school, assignments, papers, and I thought I was stressed too. No one really asked me in specifics, how are you? So they would say, how are you? And if I said good, that's a good enough answer. No one really dove deeper into that. So I just thought I was stressed. I thought it was normal. There's a lot of hard work going on. It's normal to be stressed. There's nothing really different with me.
There is no after. But maybe that doesn't matter. There is no after depression, no after a concession of a broken mind. But if you look a little closer, you might find someone who realized they are more than this. I am more than a diagnosis. I was born to live, and that's it.
When a child is diagnosed with cancer or diabetes, everyone takes a step forward to help them. Publicly show their support, be like, oh, I'm here for you, whatever you need. But when a child is diagnosed with whether depression or anxiety, people take a step back.
What we have to start doing as a community and as a county and as a top-performing county is to value our students over the amount of money we're getting. We need to look at these tests and ask ourselves, are they worth taking time out of the classroom day, which will in turn end up with more homework, more stress at home, away from instructional time. Let's start bringing learning back into our schools. Let's stop assessing every 10 seconds. Let's just take a step back and just learn. It's very important that we go to school and learn rather than have tests crammed down our throat.
I think something that would really help is addressing those problems at home too. I've had a friend actually who, it was last year, she tried to commit suicide, and schools can't always save you. You can't always go to your counselor and talk about it, or your psychologist. You either do or not, and it doesn't help, or you don't because you're afraid. And a lot of times, your friends don't know how to help either. They're not experienced or knowledge about mental illnesses. They can't direct you where you want to go and what to do. And schools itself is a big factor, but also at homes. I think parents should educate themselves too on what mental illnesses are, how to address it, and how you should talk to your kids about it rather than be like, there's something wrong with you, what's wrong? You can't just go to them and be like, if they have an eating disorder, be like, you need to eat more. Or if they're depressed, they're like, why are you so sad? It's not that big of a deal. So a lot of times it's just, people need to get more educated on mental illnesses.